A growing number of top Republicans is firing back at Donald Trump over remarks he made criticizing the parents of a fallen American serviceman, including a prominent Trump backer, former Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown, who told the New York Daily News, quote, "If it were me, the easiest thing to do is say, I apologize," he said. Their son's service is beyond a reproach. It comes as the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the country's largest veterans group, lashed out at Trump Monday. But Trump also made headlines for a comment he made Monday where he suggested the general election could be, quote, rigged.
We got almost 14 million votes. Think of that. More than anybody in the history of Republican primaries. That includes some great people like Ronald Reagan, Dwight D. Eisenhower, who won the Second World War, right? He did win the Second World War. He got elected because he won the Second World War. I got more votes than him. That's good, right? And remember this, I had 17 people. I wasn't running against 2 people. I had 17 people. Hillary Clinton, I got a similar number to Hillary Clinton, and she had Bernie, and she had a hard time putting Bernie away. And Bernie, poor Bernie, he looked so upset. You know what? He made a mistake. He shouldn't have made a deal. Sometimes he lost. First of all, it was rigged. And I'm afraid the election's going to be rigged. I have to be honest.
Bob Cusack is editor-in-chief of The Hill. He's in our Washington bureau. All right, so Bob, rigged has become one of Donald Trump's favorite terms. But what do you make of what he said right there? It's a little bit different than what we've heard in the past.
It is different, no doubt about it, Elaine. I mean, overall, he's talking about the Democratic primary process and how they selected Hillary Clinton. And you can make the case that more independents should have been involved in the Democratic process, and you can make the case that the Democratic establishment, certainly we've seen with the recent emails that came out from the DNC, that it favored Hillary Clinton. But here he's talking about the general election. He's talking about what's going to happen on November 8th. So he's floating a potential conspiracy about that voting booths are going to favor Hillary Clinton. So I think Republicans may shake their head at that one, saying he's already coming up with an excuse with about 100 days to go before the election happens.
All right, we'll see what kind of response that might prompt. So let's talk about this. The VFW, the country's largest veterans group, and more than 20 families of fallen soldiers have lashed out at Donald Trump for his comments about the parents of Captain Humayun Khan, who died in Iraq. What is your assessment of how it is the Trump campaign has handled this?
You know, I don't think they've handled it well. Anytime Trump is trying to go toe-to-toe with the Khans, he's going to lose. And this has, once again, fractured the Republican Party. We've seen leaders in Congress, including Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell, basically condemn Trump's comments. And you have so much that Trump could be using against the Democrats, whether it's a lack of unity or Debbie Wasserman Schultz, a recent departure from the DNC, or her email controversy. And yet he is trying to double and triple down and respond to the criticism from the Khans. I just think it's been a losing couple days for Trump. And the more he's talking about it, the more Democrats are actually happy.
Conservative megadonor Charles Koch told his donor network this weekend, quote, "I can't support either candidate." Now, Charles and his brother David Koch have said the same throughout the race, but now, of course, Donald Trump is officially the nominee. How much, Bob, does that matter?
Well, it matters because Trump needs money, and potentially he could have gotten a lot of money. He's obviously investing some of his money into his campaign, but here are mega donors, the Koch brothers, saying they're not going to support either candidate, rejecting any possible suggestion that they're going to back Hillary Clinton. But maybe this is good news for Gary Johnson, the Libertarian. But overall, it's not a good sign for Trump, because the more money he gets, the more super PAC money he gets, the better. And the Koch brothers are clearly saying that they're not going to be getting behind Donald Trump in the next 100 days.
Finally, Bob, I want to ask you about Donald Trump's complaint regarding the presidential debate calendar. He accused Hillary Clinton of trying to rig the debates to reduce viewership, even though the dates were set almost a year ago by a nonpartisan group. How do you interpret Trump's complaints?
Well, certainly I think that on the Democratic side, there was legitimate criticism that the Democratic Party did try to have these debates, and not a lot of debates when there were other big sporting events. However, Elaine, this is a different situation. This is set up by a presidential commission. It's a bipartisan commission. And, you know, if it's Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, I think a lot more people are going to be watching that than watching New Orleans Saints face the Falcons. You know, that's not even a big game in the NFL.
Nothing against them and their fans.
No, nothing against them. Exactly.
We want to be very clear. We're not anti-Saints.
Ratings-wise, this is going to be a big win, and I think Trump may have to back down from this. The RNC is backing Trump, but overall, the commission is standing by those dates. So we'll see what happens.
All right, Bob Cusack. Thank you so much, Bob. Appreciate it.
Thank you.